Hi, I'm Jeff Hamilton. Honored to be part of Byron Scott's Fast Break.
Hey, we're back with another episode of Byron Scott's Fast Break. I'm Kid J.
I'm Byron
Coach
Scott.
B. Scott is in the building, and we have a celebrity fashion designer, Jeff Hamilton. Thank you for being
I
on the
would
show,
say
bro.
the celebrity fashion designer, my man Jeff.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here.
And we were talking about it a second ago. Like, this gentleman has the fountain of youth going on here, man. You got to teach us the secret.
You know, plastic surgery has done wonders for me. Just kidding. No. I just like, I believe in being happy every second of your life, and I'm truly blessed to be able to wake up every morning and go to work and do the things that I love to do, and being creative and still being a kid. I'm still a fan. I'm here with Byron Scott. I'm a legend, and I'm here with 2 weeks ago with Michael Jordan and his golf club. So I still live the dream everywhere I go, and while I'm doing a business, when I'm happy creating, and that's what makes me keep me young, I think.
I love it. So we're here. We're going to talk about your jackets, but my question: why are they so damn expensive, and I can't afford one?
Because it takes a long time to do it. It's just not like that. I'm greedy. I'm trying to make more money. It's because it takes a long time to get it done, and we have a limited supply that we can produce. It's kind of like everything, especially on the high-end side and the championship ones. I mean, they're like recently, I don't know if you saw the one that Mike Tyson wore when he fought. It takes a long time, and it's every little piece is all hand cut, and there's no machine that does that.
Wow.
It's all handmade, and it's a whole process.
Well, I want to know about the process, because how do you come up with the designs? And then you could tell us how you come up with it and the process. And you already kind of talked about the stitching and everything. And how time consuming is it? Because you make these, they're like one of a kind jackets. And I think that's what stands out about your jacket. When we see a Jeff Hamilton jacket, we know that's your jacket.
Yes.
It is. It's kind of like I could be romanticizing it and making it, wake up in the middle of the night and have the dream. But it became kind of, after doing it for more than 40 years, it almost became mechanical. When somebody gives you the ball and you had the 3-point line, you shoot the ball. You don't even think about it. So it's kind of like I became mechanical in a way. I know if I have to do a jacket for Underground Lounge, for instance, or Fast Break, Byron's Fast Break, I know what to do. I know what. I look at the pictures, and then see which one is the best picture that really represents you when we see you, what shot you did, or what team, or what era, what colors we want to use, like the showtime, the thing. So those are, you put together all the elements, and you kind of like I'm a cook, and I know, give me the frying pan, and I just know how to put the right ingredients to put it. And right away, I could pretty much get a pretty good idea of how I want to put it together. And that the idea is the process of creating a design. It's actually very fast. Yeah, and then you kind of break it down in how you're going to be able to produce it.
What's the toughest part, though? When you're doing that design and you're putting the jacket together, there's got to be something when you're doing it that's tougher than, kind of coming up with the concept or having it in your mind how you're going to design it. What's the toughest part?
I'm not going to say there's the toughest part. That the longest part is probably the process of production. The design process is fairly fast because I have a pretty good idea, and it depends on me and usually 1 or 2 graphic artists that support me to get it done. But the production part is a little bit more difficult because you have to find sometimes 50, 60, 70 different colors of leather because I want to do certain shadows and certain things. And every little piece has to be cut by hand. There's no laser, there's no machine, so everything has to be cut with a little X-Acto knife, and the leather has to be shaved, and you have to glue it. And it's kind of like putting together a puzzle, but we know where everything goes. And then, sometimes it doesn't come out right. So you have to keep on changing it to make sure it fits the right thing. But it sounds maybe pretentious, but it's like I create art. Instead of using a regular canvas that's 4x4, I use a jacket. And that's my canvas.
That's cool. So you're from Morocco, but grew up in Paris.
I'm Jewish, born in Morocco.
So you
And-
came to California in your 20s. Why didn't you just stay in Paris? Because there's a lot of fashion icons out there.
I was not in fashion to start with. I was absolutely not in fashion. I grew up in Paris and Morocco. I always dreamed about America. For me, America was like the promised land, which still is the promised land. And I really felt like I love, I'm born in 1955. So when I was in the 60s, I love rock and roll and I love music and I love basketball. For some reason, I love basketball. I didn't know anything at all about basketball. I didn't know about Lakers. I didn't know about New York Knicks, Celtics. I didn't know anything about it. So I remember the first time I came to America in 1974 as a student. Right before I got married, actually. I came with. For the whole month, I had $130 in my pocket. That was my whole spending money that I had. I went to UCLA and I spent $110 or $100 buying merchandise, buying T-shirts and hoodies, and I bought a jacket. It was like $70. I think it was probably made out of like plastic or something or whatever it was, but
Pleather.
Pleather would have been almost too good, It was like it felt like more like plastic, and I remember like that moment, and I still have a picture of me wearing that jacket, and I felt that moment when I put that jacket on and it had UCLA on it, and I felt like I was 2 feet taller, and I had a pair of Ray-Ban, and I felt like I was the S, whatever, and I really just like gave me that confidence, and over the years, I had other business ventures. And then when I got back into the jacket business, for me, it was very important just that I was able to translate my passion of me feeling that special effect when you put a jacket to regular fans and even celebrities. I became a celebrity to celebrities because they start putting the jackets on themselves, and right away they bought themselves a brand new image.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like where it carried through. And even though I'm capable to design jeans and shirts and anything, my canvas is the jackets, and that's why I love to. I'm always passionate about designing jackets.
Jeff, it's funny you mentioned you're capable of designing jeans and everything. Now you was with Guess Jeans though, wasn't you? I mean, that was one of your gigs. And what was your role with them?
I founded the men's company of Guess Jeans.
Wow, he founded the
So
company.
when I came to America in 1980 with $6,000, a wife and 2 kids, and I had no idea I wanted to become a designer. I love fashion, and my biggest dream in life, please tighten seat belts, was I want to become a CPA. That was my biggest dream in life,
I do need somebody to do my taxes.
Let's not stereotype because I was Jewish, but my mind was I wanted to become a CPA. I love numbers. I grew up as a nerd. I loved numbers. I was a good student in school, but I always dressed well, and I had I like to look good, and so I moved and didn't know what job I was looking for. Jobs to support my wife and my 2 kids. At the time, my ex-wife. And then I ran into some people, and those guys were starting a new company, which was Guess Jeans. And I told them, why don't you let me do the men's? They said, well, why don't you come and work for us and do the men's? I said, well, I'm 25 years old. I've never worked for anybody in my life. I don't work for anybody in my life. Why don't you give me the rights, give me the license? And at the time, people didn't have the concept of licensing, which for some reason I had that. I knew that licensing was something that could work. And they gave me the rights, and I was able to BS or negotiate my way through getting the license. And in 1983, I started Guess Jeans at the time, 3 years later with $22,000. And within 2 years, I was doing $75 million in sales.
Wow.
And I didn't have a green card. I was completely legal in America. And obviously, when you pay them that much taxes and you have 400 employees, that was an easy task for me to become legal.
Oh, they weren't going to get rid of you.
Yeah. Talk about going 0 to 100 real quick.
That's, and that was a roller coaster, and with the good and the bad,
Right.
So you're credited for popularizing the NBA championship jackets.
Right.
Who was the first athlete that wore your jacket?
First athlete that how I got into the NBA, and I'm sure Byron doesn't know that, but Reggie Theus.
Reggie Theus.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I know, I'm sure you know Elaine, his wife.
Yeah.
Lovely wife. She's beautiful, beautiful friend of mine. And when I had Guess Jeans for men, and I was a licensee of Guess Jeans for men, every Saturday I was still hustling to try to make a few more bucks here and there. That was before it went so big.
75 million.
Yeah.
Before it got $75 million.
Okay.
So I would go in the California Mart in the basement every Saturday, and I would have a table and I would sell out all my damages and my seconds. And people would come in and they instead of buying the jeans at the time, they were $80. You could buy them for $25. And she used to come with her and her mother, and they used to come and buy it. And so my boyfriend is like a basketball player. I said, really? What, he played for the Royals, Kansas City Royals, before they came to the Sacramento Kings.
Yep.
And he introduced me to Magic, and Magic introduced me to Michael. You know, there was nothing. You know, I love the camaraderie there is between players. I always appreciate that. You know, and sometimes like I'm still shocked when I see players that are so in my team, your team. You know, like the other day, and not. You know, I like him. We're friends, you know, with Kevin Garnett. I'm here in Abu Dhabi. Why are you wearing another Laker jacket? I say, first of all, because I'm a Laker fan, one. But I hope I don't insult any Laker here, but I love the Celtics. I love the Knicks. I love the Timberwolves. I love the NBA, period.
You love basketball. You're
You're a basketball fan.
But if I had to choose a team, obviously it's the Lakers, you know. But so I was wearing it to Lakers. Plus, it was a Kobe jacket. I had made a tribute Kobe jacket I wore just for myself. And it's every time I see you, you're always wearing a thing. You know, what's the deal with you? I said, it's okay, it's chill. It's not like, you know, we're relaxing. You know,
I think that's the way KG
But at
is.
the time, you know, people were a little bit more. If I had something good, you wanted to share. So Magic shared with Michael. And Michael just one day called me in 1986, 87. And actually I was talking to him about December 5, exactly. I was at Grove 23. And I made all the jackets for all the members. And he said, you know, I remember in 1987, we've known each other in 1987, I have so many of your jackets. And he was telling that story to everybody else, which for me, like, you know, I mean, I don't care whatever you say, still, Michael Jordan is still Michael Jordan, no matter what. Like, I don't care, even if you're a basketball player, I'm sure you must have that feeling, right?
Absolutely.
You know, like you when you work with the Lakers and Michael was there, I mean, that was a different electricity in the building, right? I mean, of course, you had Kobe and you had LeBron and Magic and Bird and all those guys. But, you know, Michael has some kind of different aura, you know.
He's an icon.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's Black Jesus.
Yeah.
But Jeff, you did
with the cursing.
Yeah, that's true too. That's true. I remember I have a jacket that you did. It was probably one of your first designs. This is when we went to Paris to play.
I remember, yeah.
And it's cloth, not leather.
Yeah. The fabric and leather.
I still had that jacket to this day.
Yeah. Do you know that was a favorite jacket of Jerry West?
Yeah.
Really?
Jerry West loved that jacket. Always told me that's my favorite jacket.
Yeah. So when you started to go to the leather, and the leather is just unbelievable. So how did it feel when asked by the NBA to make a jacket for the 50 greatest players of all time?
It's just like, you know, I always go back to the roots, you know, and looking at it as that young Jewish kid that lived in Paris in a small little bedroom sharing with my brother. And I had a poster of Jerry West, Will Chamberlain, and Lou Alcindor. Those were my three guys. I had no idea what Lakers was. When I came to America, I told you, I went to UCLA, but I never went and found Lakers. I said, where can I find Lakers merchandise?
Right.
So you have to go to Inglewood. I said, where's Inglewood? Oh, no, you don't want to go there. I mean, that was
I grew up in Inglewood. What are you talking about?
1974.
Yeah. You don't want to go there by yourself.
I had no idea. You know, I mean, we didn't know about things like that. And so it was obviously like a great honor when they asked me to do that. And it just, you know, and I took the challenge and I said, you know, I just give me the size, give me the weight, give me the height, give me the length. And that I figure out, and every single jacket that I made fitted except Will Chamberlain. That was the only one that didn't fit.
Really?
I didn't know
Because
that.
I didn't
something
know
that people don't know about Will Chamberlain, he was 7'1",
Yeah.
but he had the reach of an 8-footer.
So
His arms were so long.
His
yeah.
arms were still, I added already 2 inches, and they were another 2 or 3 inches shorter. So people don't understand that the phenomenon that Will Chamberlain, I think that if you play today in the NBA, I still think will be the greatest. But me, I think as much as I love Shaq, I mean, you cannot not love Shaq no matter what it is. but I think, and Kareem, of course, because of the finesse and the talent that he has. But Will Chamberlain was a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
But at the time, it's not fair because you had only 8 teams in the NBA when he was playing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And, and then you say, wow, the Celtics were like such a great dynasty. Yeah, sure. I mean, there was no salary cap. You could get as many players as you wanted to get. And then Bill Russell there was like one of the big men. There was only 6 big men in the league or 7 big men in the league. That's it.
Like you said, it was only like 8 teams, 10 teams, something
Yeah,
like that.
18,
You're
that's
talking
it,
about the 60s and early 70s. So
Well,
that's
of course,
different.
like a Will Chamberlain would destroy, but I think Will Chamberlain would have been relevant in today's game. Like when he was like, he averaged 50 rebounds in a season.
So I know Shaq likes to wear things really big. So how
He
much
used to,
material?
I
How much
don't know.
material did you use on Shaq's leather jacket for the 50th and the 75th? By the way, he did the
right, he
70.
did both.
He
That's
did
right,
both.
I knew I used a lot of material when Peter sent me a cease and desist letter. No. He, like in 2000, 2001, 2002, that was just during the second generation of like Allen Iverson that really brought also like the streetwear into the game and all the fashion. Everybody wanted to wear everything super oversized. So Shaq is a 4X, 5X, 4X, but he wanted an 8X. So I've actually the picture of him wearing the jacket, and it's just like
8X?
yeah, and even Kobe wore a 4X, and it's like a regular 2X. I mean,
Right.
So
Wow.
That's
That's
crazy.
a lot of leather.
That's a lot of leather.
a lot of leather. Yeah.
You had to charge him double.
Yeah.
I think I would just charge Shaq double just because all the leather you have to get.
Remind me, I have to send the NBA for the 50 grays. I forgot to charge you for this
And
extra one.
75.
And
Yeah,
75.
right.
And the 100.
100.
100, yeah.
So the 100, I have a handshake deal with Adam Silver. I said, I don't care. I'm doing the 100th anniversary one. Grace players. So I said, I'll be 91 and I'm
So
planning
what year is
to...
that? 2047. 47.
So I'm planning to be around for that.
Yeah.
So
That is so cool.
That's
That
amazing.
is so cool. You just mentioned one of our favorite guys.
Yeah.
And you had a personal relationship with him as we had, and that's Kobe being Bryant.
yes.
How was it making a personal jacket for Kobe? And I know, Jeff, there's not a whole lot of people that have a personal story that they could share about their dealings with Kobe, and and we know you're one of those persons. So, number one, how was it to make that jacket for Kobe, and then give us a Kobe story?
When I first met him, I mean, I right away fell in love with him when he was 17 years old. When he came in, I was happy. I mean, I would love Vlade. I mean, we love him, but I was happy because I really felt like he was like the young, and he was so overly excited that like he got hurt right away, he got hurt his
wrist.
and-
His wrist.
but I really felt like he was a kid. So it was not like, I didn't have that heartbeat, like there is few people in my life. Like when I met Nelson Mandela and when I met Muhammad Ali, who's truly he gave me that ring. This is a 76. I have all his rings. I have, this is 76 Oakland Raiders, but I have all this Muhammad Ali ring. I actually have his own car.
Really?
I have his 1989 Rolls Royce, which I don't even drive. I just have it because as a collector item, just because it's owned by him.
That's cool.
I didn't know that.
That's cool.
And Muhammad Ali was very special. But Mike Tyson, I mean, like he was a kid, but he still had that, or he still has that aura that you around him, your heart beats, you feel like you're around greatness. Michael, and I didn't have that feeling with Kobe nor with LeBron because I met them when they were 17 years old.
Yeah.
As they evolve and they became bigger than life, I mean, you start getting that emotion, and it was always very special for me when Kobe or Vanessa would call me and ask me to do special things for them for the games, and I was blessed to be in those championships, especially 2000, 2001, 2002, in the locker room with them, and having him wear my jacket, all three of them, and I was uh, speaking about it recently, like. If you look through those angles from all those pictures from Andy Bernstein or Nathaniel,
Mm-hmm.
on the reflection of the trophy, you can see him in the background.
Right.
So it's kind of even that most famous picture. I mean, in a way, so I retired in 2002. I sold my company and I retired. I worked for the company for a couple of years. And I retired in 2005. And then I went through different ventures, lost a lot of money. I had my ups, my down, success and failures, which are part of the real success of life, because you really appreciate all the moments what you have when you finally get it back. And in a way, the reason why and I am successful in life today, and I'm not talking about the financial part of it. I'm successful because I'm happy every morning, waking up and going to work and being surrounded with the people I choose to be surrounded with, and being happy it's a combination of different things, but Kobe has a big thing to do with it.
Yeah.
Kobe was really kind of like, I think I have the blessing from Kobe. When Kobe we lost Kobe, we were all devastated, but in a way, I mean, people start realizing also we knew Kobe for that picture and those jackets, and through Instagram at the time, that people knew that there was a Jeff Hamilton that made that jacket.
Yeah.
So all those things, and then we go backwards and we look at all the pictures, and we look at all the different things and all the history that we've had together, and all those moments. I remember when he was a rookie and he did his first signing. I remember when we did the stuff with Upper Deck and the signing and all those special moments, and all the traveling that we did when we, for all those NBA finals. And I used to go with it late non Pades on his plane and flying, and Gary was on the plane with us.
Yeah.
Gary Vitti, which I love, and Rudy and all those guys.
Little Rudy.
This basketball season, when your favorite stars score buckets, they're alley-ooping you an opportunity to win money from watching sports with our brand new partner, Underdog. Do you want an opportunity to win up 1,000 times of your money? Well, you can. All you got to do, download the Underdog app.
They got all your favorite leagues, teams, and stars to choose from. So Laker fans, I'm talking to you. Millions of fans already won billions making picks on underdogs. Their app has over 100,000 5-star reviews and millions of players.
Okay.
I'm going with the Boston Celtics, my man Jason Tatum. Love you, Jason, but I'm going down on everything with Jason Tatum this week.
Wow.
I just think right now he's going to be a little bit of a funk getting ready for playoffs, so I'm going down on everything Jason Tatum and the Boston Celtics.
You heard it right here.
Jay, I can't mess this up.
Come.
I got to read this verbatim.
All right.
Download the Underdog app and sign up now using the promo code FASTBREAK to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash.
Okay.
When you make your first deposit, join in on the fun when you sign up with promo code FASTBREAK.
And you also must be 18 years or older in order to play and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Void in Colorado. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org in Arizona. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. If you're in New York, call the 24/7 Hope line. That's 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY, HOPE-NY.
One of the stories of Kobe was so special is like he really understood what Michael got it. And I don't know if Michael did it by thinking
Purpose
about it, or it became organic.
Yeah.
So I got him the jacket when he won the first championship in 92, then 91, 92, 93, 96, 97, 98. And it became kind of a tradition. And then I think Kobe, being a kid and looking at that, just kind of like got inspired. And then when I was outside the locker room in 2000, the jacket was ready right away. That was happiness for him. Because, and I didn't realize why so much. I mean, at the time, the Nikes and the champions, and the Adidas were paying hundreds of thousands of dollars to get the hats and the official cap and the official T-shirt
But he
in
wanted
the
the
locker room.
jacket.
And myself I was not paying anything. I mean, I was hustling my way through my NBA to get a credential and to get into the locker room. But the realization that I have, hindsight, was that it is the validation. When you win a championship, you wait 5 months before you get your ring.
Right.
But when you win a championship, you put a jacket, right away you get that feeling that I had when I was 19 years old and I felt 2 feet taller, and you get that feeling, but the history is already written on it. So it's like the validation. It's a kind of, in a way, like why the Masters have it so well that you win a green jacket. It's an ugly jacket, but really you have that validation, instant gratification. It's not like you're getting your name engraved and everything to go with it. And that's what made it special. And he expected that after it. As soon as the game was over, I was in the locker room, he would look for me. He knew that the jacket was waiting for him.
Yeah. Wanted that jacket.
He has it.
Yeah, he wanted that jacket.
But I have the first one. I have the first jacket that
You
was
made
ever
2
made.
of those.
Originally I made 3 of them.
3 of them.
And believe it or not, Popovich taught me that. And I got, at the time I was like, I said, well, I mean, what's wrong with him? You know, but when they won the championship, I think it was
99.
99 against the Knicks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Against the Knicks, yeah.
Yes. There was a lockout season.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was
shortened season.
the
Shortened
short season, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And which was also the All-Star game there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I made a jacket for Tim and one for David.
Mm-hmm.
And David said, I would love to have it. I'm sorry, Pop won't let us do it. If it's not the whole team, then we don't do it. And I kind of say, wow, that's just like, I would probably use the curse. And then, but then after that, I realized, I said, you know what, that's just a good thing, And as we didn't know I was not going to make 12 jackets, knowing that, because it cost a lot of money to make 12 jackets, but so I made for 2000, 2001. But in 2002, the whole team had the jacket.
Yeah.
The whole team, including like some of the coaches, had the jacket.
Except me. I was on that 2002 team. I didn't get one.
In New Jersey. But we were after that. You were probably at Mickey Mantle's. We had the Ritz-Carlton, and we had the after party there and I was like, I was really surprised because Kobe wore the Michael Jordan jersey and like the overshirt and the jersey, and I always felt like with all of that, I was still surprised. And when Kobe passed away, that I never realized that Kobe and Michael were so close. Yeah. And it warmed my heart, when you saw Michael speaking about him the way he did, it was just, it was amazing, So
yeah. They would talk 3-4 times a week.
Yeah. He said we'd call him at 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah, he would call me at 5 in the morning. He called me, Jeff, the years I was coaching him. He would call me like 5 in the morning and ask me what we're doing for practice. I said, man, dude, don't you call me again at 5 o'clock. I said, Kobe, I don't get up till 6:30.
He was like,
you're taking an hour away from me.
That's the passion.
And he was like, okay. So he started calling me at 6.
Yeah.
Coach, what we doing today for practice? I said, you ain't doing nothing. Don't even come to practice today, right? So he stay home. Or, a couple of days later, Coach, what we doing? I said, you just going to get some shots up. Then they're going to do all this other stuff, and then you're going to go back in. You can come back to practice, and you're going to just play. I just want you to play scrimmage, right? But that was just him.
His work ethic was amazing.
Unbelievable.
Right? I wonder if there are any players in the league right now that have that kind of work ethic, or they. I'm sure he inspired a lot of them.
He inspired a lot of players,
like
but
Steph Curry and people like that, right?
Yeah, but I don't think there's anybody in the league that has a work ethic that he did, because, first of all, he would practice and then go work out 2 more times. So he worked out before practice.
But you know who used to do that? Dennis Rodman, when he was with the Pistons.
Yeah, but Dennis was crazy.
But no, Dennis was not crazy. No, I take it. No, but when we're talking about
with Dennis is a very calculated and very smart dude.
Very smart dude.
People think he's crazy.
People think he's
but
crazy.
He ain't crazy at all. He's extremely intelligent dude.
I have a picture with Dennis and I when he has 0 tattoos, 0 nose rings, 0 earrings, nothing, And he used to work out. I remember with the Pistons. I mean, they used to practice. Or after the game,
Yeah.
and he would do another hour on the
and
treadmill.
stuff. Yeah. Dennis
Yeah.
He used to
like
work
that.
out before the games as well, too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
Dennis had
that's
that type
another
of-
guy that people don't realize. He was what, 6'5", 6'6", maybe
6'7".
6'7".
Yeah.
But also he had a reach of a 7'1".
Yeah.
I'm about to
He
say
had long arms.
He has long
and
arms,
athletic
so
as hell.
he had the smarts of the rebounds, but he had the body of a 7'1".
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be able to do that. So
Yeah, Dennis, and like most people, playing against him, I knew he wasn't crazy, but sitting down with him, like I got a chance to for a couple hours, I was like, man, this dude ain't crazy. This dude's smart as hell. I was like,
No.
man, we started talking, and some of the stuff he was talking about and asking me about and stuff, I was like, man, you got these people fooled.
But it's a persona. Once he fell into the persona that he was that like that whole guy, and he was out
the
and
worm.
doing all those
That
things,
was his
and he
nickname.
became the celebrity in the NBA and stuff like that. Like everybody, was a rock and roll star. Suddenly, like he started playing into it. But it's like I always said, like even Mike Tyson. I mean, Mike Tyson, people think like he was uneducated, but Mike Tyson is a smart man.
Yeah.
And is a
he's-
intelligent man, and then you can have conversation, and he knows about a lot of different things. But people have the illusion of him that he's just like a, uneducated person, which is completely the opposite. That's the reason why Mike always felt like a special feeling for him, because through good times and bad times, he's always been the same, never changed.
Yeah.
In fact, yesterday I was doing some filing, and I ran into Mike Tyson file, and I looked at it, and when he was away, I used to write him a letter every couple of weeks, and I used to make a copy of every letter.
Really?
And I found all those letters, and just like I was reminiscing about all the different things that I was doing. I found like Christmas cards from Phil Knight, handwritten to me, and things like that.
Did he write back to you?
Who?
Tyson.
No, he did not.
No, okay.
However, when he came out, they let him out right away. Like once he got out, I was flying high business wise. I was making a lot of money, and I was in Monte Carlo, and it was the World Music Festival, and he came out. That was his first trip out. Just got out maybe a week or two. He was in, and he saw me, and there was like a whole crowd of paparazzis, and he went in, and he just like squeezed me. I thought my shoulder were going to break. How hard he squeezed me, and it's just such a warm, beautiful
Mike is
soul.
good. Mike is good people, man.
So you talked about Kobe, and we know you have worked with Vanessa,
Sure.
Kobe's wife. Talk about working with her and continuing this legacy of Kobe.
I think she's doing an amazing job, just keeping his name alive. I mean, the whole world loves Kobe. I mean, it's just but she's really not selling out the brand and making sure that the name stays strong with the identity and the luxury appeal that has to him. I have a lot of projects in the work which I have not spoken to Vanessa yet about, and like I really want to do certain things that I would have made Kobe proud. Like creating some, like one of the ideas I want to create 24 jackets only. And that basically had kind of like the whole story of him, and with all these colors, and maybe that's a Jeff Hamilton jacket of Kobe Bryant wearing a Jeff Hamilton jacket, on the back of a jacket, and making sure that. And I'm not one to say, everybody say, well, you should offer that something to them, and you should say you should donate it. It's not for me to donate. I mean, if you think the project is appropriate, when the time comes, let her decide what she wants to give. I mean, it's her charity. She's the one who's carrying the torch of the legacy. It's not for us to decide. And obviously, it's something that would be very dear to me because of the love and passion. And like I said, I really believe that 69 years old and coming back at 65, I mean, I think that Kobe has blessed me to be back. It really motivated me to do the things that I do. And I have I relate to that Mamba mentality, like the work ethic and the working hard and not taking anything for granted and appreciating your family and your loved one and being the best you can be at in anything that you do.
So you've made jackets not just for athletes, but for actors, entertainers. I have a list here.
Yes.
Michael Jackson, Madonna, George Michaels, Vanilla Ice, Martin Lawrence, Guns N' Roses, A$AP Rocky, Bill Clinton, Nelson
Actually, with Axl
Mandela.
Rose like a couple of weeks ago at F1 in Las Vegas.
Really?
And we're exchanging stories because we're doing a documentary right now. Mark Wahlberg is doing a documentary about my life.
Oh, okay.
So we're having pretty much like everybody in it. So which is like pretty amazing. So
That's cool.
Which was your favorite to make out of all those people?
I'm a Laker fan, don't
Put you on the
forget.
spot.
No, but listen, Michael was very special.
Michael.
There's no question. I mean, like when I moved to America in 1980, I moved in February 15, 1980, and my first wife was not in America yet. And I remember I bought a TV, and I didn't have a table. I put on the box where the TV came. I put like a paper on it, and I put the TV on it. And I was watching those games, and I started watching the Lakers.
Yeah.
And I started being addicted to the Lakers. And I remember there was I think it was a Seattle Supersonic series, which I was like crazy, like Dennis Johnson at the time. And I fell in love. And that was the first year that Magic played also.
Yep, 1980.
And I was like, yeah, and then I was looking at through that, and I saw Jerry Buss, and I didn't know him at the time, and holding the trophy, and I instantly fell in love, and Kareem, of course, and I fell in love with the NBA. So it was, but I cannot say that there is my most iconic jacket that I've ever made, or the most iconic jacket I've made, is obviously Kobe's jacket. Because of this picture last year was voted the most iconic piece of fashion in sports. And the second most famous picture in the NBA is when Michael broke the ankle of Brian Davis. And I'm in that picture.
Brian
Russell.
Brian Russell. Yeah, Brian Russell. And I'm in that picture.
Yeah.
Like when you see that picture in the corner, you see me like with a blue shirt there. So it was like I'm lucky to have made the cut into both of those pictures.
Now you've been involved in some very special events. You've collaborated with some people, Nike being one. You've had collaborations with them, Supreme, Converse, and Change the Game Sports. Which is your favorite out of all those that you have had the collaborations with?
Byron and Change the Game of Sports.
There you go.
Wait, no. Who said I never disclosed that I was not political here.
We just wanted to get that
Shout
out
out
of the
to
way.
my buddy Brian, I'm course.
Yeah.
No, but I'm doing a project right now with Nike right now for the 40th anniversary of the Jordan 1. So we're doing that. We're doing more Supreme collaborations. But we're doing European collaborations. We did Casablanca. I'm doing something with Pharrell and Billionaires Boys Club. We're doing Vêtements with Missoni in Italy. So I have about 200 projects ongoing right now, currently.
You're still
Concurrently.
busy.
Wow.
You're
Yeah, I
still
keep busy, yeah.
So much for retiring.
Yeah, right.
No, I am never retiring right now. I'm done. I said, can you give us the name? I said, I don't know, maybe 100. I don't know, but I'm not retiring.
Yeah.
I still work 7 days a week. And I'm passionate about it. It's not work.
I love
Wow.
it. I absolutely love it. How cool is it to hear your name in rap songs? I mean, Jay-Z, Cameron. How cool is it to hear your name?
It's just, it's all validation of like people appreciating what you do. I'm blessed to do the things that I do, and if I can transmit that passion to other people, I mean, it's just like the biggest result, because I want to share it. I want to keep it for myself. That's my selfish way to share with people, to other people, for them to love it. It's selfish probably is the most unselfish word. When you love your little, Mike, I was mentioning my little grandson. When I love my little grandson, it's like, I love him. He doesn't know that, but
Not yet.
but I love it and it makes
Right.
me feel good. So that's
Right.
very selfish on my way. So, but
That's interesting.
Yeah.
But like you said, he doesn't know it yet.
Yeah.
yet,
He will. Jeff, have you ever, and I know this is probably going to be a very quick answer, and I pretty much got an idea what the answer is going to be. But have you ever made a jacket for someone and they didn't like it?
yeah, I did. Yeah, I mean, I still don't get it. Why? But once in a while you get some people that are very big in certain way, and I don't know, but I really cannot think of an example. But I think I'm sure that there is, very rarely I cannot think of one, but most of the people love it. Yeah.
That's cool. Is there an athlete, entertainer, somebody that you want to make a jacket for that you haven't done yet?
There's this guy that lives in Rome. He wears a white outfit. I've never done any jacket for him. The Pope. I don't know.
The Pope.
I think I think that would be a nice bucket list for me to say I made a jacket for the Pope,
For the
like
Pope. A white jacket?
a white jacket, rocking it in crocodile, and I make the hat in crocodile, the whole thing.
Wearing it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And I do the Pope mobile interior, all in crocodile. Actually, I'm doing some work with Brabus right now. So we're doing some work with Brabus, with BMW, with Bentley. So we're doing a lot of different projects with a lot of luxury car companies.
I think you've already kind of answered this question because I was going to ask. So what's next for Jeff Hamilton? What projects? We already know you have a couple of hundred out there that you're working on, but what other projects or other things that you want to do or that you are going to do? Before Jeff Hamilton finally hangs it up, which we already know you're not going to do that anyway. But
Not until 2047.
Not until he does the 100th anniversary of the NBA.
My 100th anniversary, which is like 2055, which I still don't plan to. If I make 100, I'll continue.
There you
but
go.
no, one constant I have always had in my life is I want to be consistent. I never. It sounds maybe cliche, maybe BS, but I really don't work. I don't chase money. I did it when I was much younger. I don't chase money. I don't chase fame. I don't chase anything. I just want to do the things that I love, that I'm passionate about. So for me, and then not to put down any store, and they came and they gave me like 30,000 pieces, and I didn't like what I was doing, but I was making a bag. I would not take it. That's not my motivation. I want to be in the culture. So for me, I want to be able to be one of the contributors that keep on moving and evolving the culture as we know it, and keep on pushing it. And when I'm not here, just like it's very pretentious and very humbling at the same time to say you're leaving a legacy behind you. So it's kind of like, for me, I really want to work on my legacy, And legacy is like you work very hard, whether you make money, whether you create, make a name for yourself, but you might not see the result. It's like you've been building that beautiful tree and those beautiful branches and beautiful leaves, but the fruit have not blossomed yet. And then when you're gone, the fruit, the flowers blossom, but your kids, your grandkids, your friends, the people that followed you, the people that love you, get to smell those flowers. And I'm not there, but for me, I'm okay because I always put the right energy in my life to try to get to that point.
I tell people all the time, every day that you wake up is a blessing.
Yeah.
And spend that day, just like it might be your last.
Yeah.
And you are a perfect example of somebody who lives that way. I've been in Jeff's company on numerous occasions at events with him and his beautiful wife. And every time you see Jeff, he's smiling, he's having fun. You just have a positive attitude every time that I've seen you. You're in the locker room, you just smiling, you're just having a good time. You're at the game, you just like you said, you're enjoying life. So I mean, that's something that I think we should really try to push more people to understand how important it is.
But it took a long time to get to that point.
Yeah.
I mean, to be a candid, I've had so many ups and downs in my life. Personally, physically, financially, and once you realize, and once you got out from the dark side, and you start appreciating every little crumb on the table, and you start not. I have two pet peeve stuff. I don't procrastinate. Because procrastinate is insulting God and the universe, assuming that I'm going to do it tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to be.
Like you got,
today's
like
going
you
to be
really
tomorrow.
got control, right?
Yeah.
And my biggest pet peeve is entitlement. I deserve this. I designed that jacket. Of course, I designed to make money. I need to be famous because I did that. No, it's just like it's a blessing that I have. So I try to live my life in a very, probably don't believe it, but it's a very simple way, in a way that spiritually that I, if I see something negative in my life, I push it away.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still polite to the people. I still say hello to them. I don't block them. I don't scream. But I push it away. And I know all you need to do is one bad thing to me, and I'm out. And that's it. I just need to, it takes, you can have as many, and that's to quote like the great philosopher Snoop Dogg, is you can have many ups and downs. You can make money and lose money, and make money and lose money. That can happen 3-4 times in my life. And it happened to me in my life.
Yeah.
4 times in my life. I had 4 ups and downs. But one thing that nobody can take away is your reputation.
Yeah.
So you keep your head up during the difficult time. You still keep your head up. You don't sell your soul, and you be as authentic as you want to be. And at 65, when I came out of retirement, 64, when Kobe passed away, or maybe a couple of months before that, right before COVID, I realized, and I tried to apply all those life lessons into my everyday life. And I'm so much better off, like doing the things that I love, and being passionate, and and also the gift of working hard. People take that for granted. I mean, all of us can work as hard as we want. We don't. We feel like, this is how much I want to work, and after that I'm done. I'm doing my 8 hours, I'm done. No, I don't care. If I'm not finished, I'll work till 11, 12 o'clock at night to finish it. And it doesn't have to be, I wish I was only doing design and being at the events and socializing, networking. When you look at my Instagram, people say, yeah, you have a blessed life. Bryant has seen me like in my office. I get to the office 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm still doing my accounting that's my all CPA.
You still have it. He still has it in his DNA.
But I do that. I do production. I do this. Make sure everything, all the logistics are done. There's a lot of different things that get contracts and things that need to be done. But it's part of the whole puzzle. If you want the dish to taste good, you have to make sure you put all the right ingredients in it.
Yeah.
Go.
All right, Jeff, we'll get you out of here on this. What would it mean to Jeff Hamilton if you became the first fashion designer in the NBA Hall of Fame?
That's a damn good question, too. That's a damn good question.
Obviously, it would be like the great, one of the greatest honors of my life. So. Because nobody has ever done it. So, we're working on that. but it's in a process. So we'll see how it develops. But obviously, it's something that's big. I've been fortunate to have a lot of different things like that. Which are much more that they cannot be quantified in dollars. That's the beauty of the place that I am at 69 years old, doing the things that I do, and still living in the moment, and living in all, being at F1 and being at the NBA Finals, being in Abu Dhabi with the team, being in Paris next month with with Wemby and the Pacers, and is that I can do things that are, you don't put a dollar value to it. It's just passion, love, and like. We're doing something with Harvard. They're writing a case study on me. So I'm going to be speaking at Harvard. I moved to America in 1980. I barely spoke English. And now they want me to be a speaker.
Speaker
So
at
it's
Harvard.
like this.
Wow.
So there's a lot of different bucket lists that happen like that, which it's a dream life that I'm living, and I'm very appreciative of every second and every person that I can inspire and feels my passion.
There it is.
We know that Jeff will be the first
Yes.
in the NBA Hall of Fame for what his contribution has been to the NBA.
I hope you guys come with me when I'm there.
All right,
You're going to have a whole lot of people come with you when you're there.
75.
One of my biggest wishes is for Byron to be in the Hall of Fame. Now
Yes.
it's your time to be in it. You know, I mean, Coop
Next.
already opened the door.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now
He's next.
it's your time. That you're
he's
next.
next.
You know,
Well,
so that's kind of like I was very happy to have Coop doing it, and then before Linda called me to make the jacket for him, I said, you know, let me just do it on my own. So I made the jacket for Coop, and I said, you know, I just want to let you know this to thank you for all those beautiful years that you guys have given me during Showtime and all those games and so much happiness. And when I remember when Jerry gave me, I mean, you know, I wanted to take tickets, and actually I broke up with my partner, and he said, how can I help you? I said, well, you know, if you want to buy jackets, you know, that'll help me. He said, let me give you an order. I said, but you know what? You can pay me part of it, but I really want to have courtside seats. He said, it's impossible to have courtside seats. And I said, but it's okay, so I'll wait. I'll give you a regular season ticket. So no, it's okay, no, I'll wait. 3 months later, I said, you know what? Actually, I have 2 courtside seats that just opened up.
Wow.
And I had those courtside seats from the Forum from 94 probably till 2011.
Yeah.
After a while, it was a little bit too expensive for my wallet.
Yeah, they do go up like every year.
So
I don't know how much I did have to like
another reason why
a game
to go buy his jackets.
So buy jacket is so I can go back on the court. But you know that's kind of like a blessing and a curse to sitting on the court.
Yeah.
You know, so because I call that, I'm the only one who called the courtside seat the nosebleeds. Because you're so close to the action that the ball hits you on the nose and you start bleeding.
Yes.
And I told to the NBA, I said, when I'm going to Paris, I said, you know, I don't mind anything, but just like I need to sit on the court. It's part of my branding, you know. So
That's amazing.
if I'm in the second row, I feel like I'm not in the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Hamilton,
Jeff, thank you, my
Byron
brother.
Scott's Fast
Appreciate
Break.
you.
Thank you guys for having
Celebrity
me.
fashion
Honored to be
designer,
with you
jackets.
guys.
Love you, man. Thank you for watching Byron Scott's Fast Break. If you like what you saw, here's some more videos. And while you're at it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.